was sitting at football. The chaplain was talking, and I wasn't really listening. And I was just looking up at the sky, and I just started thinking, if sometime my life is going to end, and I don't know where I'm going to be, and I don't know what I'm going to do. And so the next week, I'm in class with somebody, and she asked me, she said, "You go to church anywhere?" I told her no. And she said, "Well, do you want to go to church with me?" And I said, "Sure." So the next night, I go to church, and I remember coming in, and worship starts, and I'm not used to this, and everything's a little bit just freaking me out, because I'm used to, get up when the pastor says get up and sing, and, sit back down and listen to the message and go home, feel good about yourself. And so I'm, there, worship's going on. I'm just, I'm like, this is amazing to me. People are just shouting, jumping up and down, praising Jesus. It's just crazy. And so later on that night, the student pastor, he comes down, and he's like, everybody get in the line, and, begin to pray. And I remember there's just like a little flame that starts in my belly. And I just don't, at the time, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know anything at the time. So I go home that night, live with my grandparents, and ask her, because she goes to church, and I asked her, I said, "I just feel this flame inside my belly. It just won't go away. It's just sitting there." And she begins to tell me, that's the Holy Spirit, inside of you. She begins to explain, what the Holy Spirit is, what He does for us and everything. So go to sleep that night, it's gone the next morning. I keep coming to church every Wednesday night, Sunday morning. The person who brought me, she don't come a lot, so I'm just here by myself. I really don't know anybody. And some reason I just want to keep on coming. I don't know anybody, so I just keep on coming. And one day, student pastor calls me, and he says, "We got to pay for you for the beach trip," which is a trip we go on every year, and I knew nothing about it. And he said, "Somebody paid for you to come." So I said, "Okay, I'll come." Whole week there, service on the beach. It was awesome. The last night, all the men got together, and one by one, the guy stood up and just said something over us, and I just looked out over the beach, and the beach was just like, the water was just calling me. I don't know what it was, and there's just this flame that was inside of my stomach, just boiling over. And so as soon as the last person got up and spoke, I stood up, I walked over to in front of the ocean. My face just hit straight to the sand. I just began to weep and just cry out to God, and I just hear footsteps behind me. And, I got up, and we just, the student pastor got us all together, the water just started rushing over our feet and everything. And he said, the Lord's just washing stuff away, just washing everything away. And I was like, I just don't want a feet washing, I want more than this. So I started, to walk out a little bit farther, and he came out and he started baptizing everybody. And it was just an awesome experience. One thing that this pastor down at the ramp and our student pastor, he said, when you go back to school, there's going to be something different about you. Someone's going to ask you about it. So the very first day I'm in class, and I used to have anger issues all the time, real bad. Someone just said, just a little thing at me, I'd get just ticked off, and I'd, go at them, cuss at them, maybe hit them. And he just kept saying stuff to me, just kept trying to pick at me to go back at him. And so I just didn't want to say anything to him. I'm just sitting there doing my work, and he stops. And he says, there's something different about you. What is it? And I begin to explain to him, what happened that summer, what happened to me and what happened that summer. So at the end of the school year, that same guy that asked me, he got saved at his uncle's church. So, I feel like, that's like a victory over my testimony. And my friends just begun to abandon me and just begin to leave. And I'm just crying out to the Lord. I'm like, "Lord, why are they leaving? They're going to hang out, other places, and they're not inviting me. And, Lord, why is this happening?" But, I gained 2 times more friends and loyal, trustful friends here at my church than I ever did anywhere else.
How great the love of Jesus Christ. On the cross of Calvary, the blood was shed that pardons me. No longer bound, no